Hello everybody, I'm Peter Golob, and today we are gonna be doing a discussion video. And the reason why I'm making it now is because, well, with the horrible chapter we've gotten, I decided to focus on something positive. One being watching some stuff on DeviantArt on fan fiction that make, may I just say, very pleased, which I'm fine at, and oh my god, that preview of fan fiction was fucking awesome. It has something to do, I bet it has something to do with Midnight, with Mount Lady, Mandalay, and Miss Joke, utterly and completely helpless. Yeah. And thinking about, and there we remember there is Halloween is the month of Halloween, where a bunch of YouTube channels are gonna have Halloween type things. So I thought to myself, what should I do besides the reviews? Maybe something about My Hero Academia that makes me happy. Now what could it be? And then I remember, oh yeah, Nomus thing. And they are fucking nightmare creatures, like, they literally have brains for their hats. Like, seriously, do they? Yeah, I'm pretty sure these top half of their fucking hats are just brains. So, yeah. So it was decided that with my problems really, that we're gonna be discussing the Nomus. So yeah, now, since I'm not really that used to discussing stuff, I'm not gonna really have any particular way, so I'm just gonna go through whatever way we could. And now, of course, with the first one. Now, the first novel was basically designed to fight All Might, so he was, let's just say, the most powerful novel for quite a while. It didn't really help the fact that the next three Nomus we see get beaten pretty goddamn easily by Endeavor. Like, you're like, would there any sidekicks, other pro heroes really even needed? And the next Nomu being a Nomu who I think was captured. I mean, there's a Nomu that has a similar hat to him. In the anime, the Mountain Lady is holding him, but his body structure seemed to be smaller, more on one of those that small Hosunomu, an army of weak Nomu sent around the world, well, around the height of League of Villains, so they could escape. So, and then we have had Nomus for a while until a very recent arc in which we meet High End. And that was definitely the Nomu where you're like, it may not be as powerful as the first Nomu, but oh my god, is the biggest fucking threat right now. And quite possibly at this point in time, the most powerful character that's, able to function. Like, you can argue with All for One, but I'm not really gonna talk about that. And when I say the most powerful character, I mean like he's released and his base level is higher than anyone else. Because it only took Hawks and Endeavor, the top two power heroes, to fucking take him down. And even that was mostly because of the stubbornness nature of Endeavor, how they were able to fight, and Endeavor nearly dying. So yeah, we can all say that High End definitely is the strongest Nomu. So yeah, let's discuss what Nomus really are. They are basically humans with both quirks, with quirks, just a bunch of people. We don't know if they're kidnapped, if they're willing subjects, just people who get themselves some extra 4 or 5 quirks, like this Nomu had was it said that super strength, regeneration, shock absorption, and maybe and maybe increase speed as well, and a mutation possibly. I was like, no, just there were multiple quirks in the first one that would make him a challenge for All Might, or at least the weaken All Might. Then the Hosu Nomus, we have the Wing Normal, who didn't really showcase any other unique quirk. I feel like he only had the wings and maybe increased strength. Then we have that other small wing normal who had some weird genital quirk and a buff up quirk. And the black normal who I also believe had some form of regeneration quirk and some kind of super strength, but not really that big to notice. It was these three normals were barely anything. Like, you were like, why would they really make a difference? Like, come on, how would they even be able to fight villains? How they actually have A-rank villains? Then the Chainsaw Normal shows up and his quirk seems to be making multiple arms that giving him the ability to make multiple arms, and those multiple arms also having tools like a chainsaw, a drill, a hammer, just a bunch of these types of stuff. We can also assume the super strength, which I think all normals actually have now I think about it, so it doesn't really make sense to put it out, but still. And I don't believe anything else. Although he was more specific in only being ordered by Dobby, but that's besides. And now we have Hyant, who had a quirk similar to Muscular, a villain, Flight, higher intelligence, which now I think about it, if those are supposed to be these blank slaves, would that mean that All For One had the Nazu's quirk, the reason why he was so smart or something? Because he was actually able to speak, so yeah. Muscular quirk, Flight. I think there were also some other quirks that I'm forgetting, but anyways, that's basically the lineup. The normals are just people who have quirks infused with them are now forever gonna be serving whoever was there assigned to follow. Now I don't believe we actually know how the normals are being made. The only thing we know about them is that they are people, they get infused with quirks, and they need some time to get finished, and then get put into tubes, and then they get filled with something or some kind of thing until they get finished. Yeah, really basic and not really that complicated. Now, the thing we need to ask ourselves is, if Hayat was this powerful, they cannot have another normal mode that's going to be stronger than him. So we're more than less gonna likely get a bunch of other normals who may be a bit unique, but they aren't going to be any, how shall we say, unbeatable badasses like High-End and, well, unbeatable in the same perspective as 1-1, I fucking win, you lose. In that perspective. So yeah. It's very interesting for me. Now, the also interesting thing is that I don't believe any of these normals had any quirks that were like anything outside of their bodies. Like, I don't believe we actually saw. I think it was another. Yeah. I'm pretty sure not even in the high-end had a quirk like fire blasting or thunder or something like that. I'm probably mistaken, but so far all these normals have quirks that are around their physical body structure. So no quirks like Kaminari, Todoroki, or Bakugo. so far, these quirks are out of actions. Maybe the next versions of the Nomus will have that, but for now, it's out. Now, judging how threatening these Nomus are, it seems that all these Nomus can fight pro heroes. Refer to the point being, fight in a way, they aren't gonna be like I don't know that, what's that pro hero that was in the first episode, I believe, and now after that one that had the same had arms that were like fire hydrants, so and basically basically a firefight, just a firefighter whose quirk will literally be firefighting, basically. Yeah, like, it's not gonna be like amongst those, I mean, guys, heroes like those are gonna get beaten, but out of those, not very much. Now, since we don't exactly know how they function or anything like that, and considering the fact that there's a theory going around that the League of Variants are actually copying quirks that would give them the power and that's the reason how they work, which could also imply that the only way for normal to become normal with their quirks is for them to be copies of an already existing quirk, and that's how they get added, would make sense. Because if those are copying if they are copying quirks, then that would be the only way they could do that. Also, I've heard somewhere, I know I read it somewhere, I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere, if Ujiko is, or maybe I heard it, I think I heard it and read it somewhere, that Ujiko, the villain we haven't seen yet, may or may not be a normal because the Black Mist, which I could just see a similar quirk. Like, we don't exactly know if Dai was teleported directly to Ujiko, or if Dabi was teleported the opposite way of Ujiko. Like, something like that. But so far, it's... Maybe I should make a fair video on Ujiko, who he could be. Who cares? I'm maybe gonna make it later. So, yeah, anyways. These Nomus are basically the League of Legends currently powerhouses. We don't exactly know how many of them are or how they are being made, but they are definitely always going to be on pro hero level. And always a challenge for the weakest pro heroes. I mean, they're basically gonna be fodder soldiers for the pro heroes to fight. So yeah, they are quite freakish. You also need to consider all of them have their heads, brain, and then the bottom jaw. Just brains and the bottom jaw. Like, maybe Chainsaw Nomu doesn't have it because we don't exactly see it, but it's possible that he also has it. They have all these weird faces, just look weird. Now, my fear on this is because whatever is being done to these people is so fucking painful that their heads start to get destroyed, like disintegrate, to a point that they always can have their eyes and maybe get extra pair of eyes, or just freakish, and a different color skin could also be a thing, like filled with this. And also it's also stated that the normals keep their parts because they always wear pants. That's something interesting. Like, I would just make them minus monsters. They have the bodies of golems, but yeah, they still do wear pants. That's a weird thing. So yeah. So it's really hard to make a video on these guys because we don't know a lot about them. Like, we see armies of them, but the problem is, even though we see armies, we basically don't know anything. how I don't think even the public fucking knows that these normals are being forced created. These are just innocent people who, possibly innocent, people who have just been taken and experimented by and forced into these monstrosities. I wouldn't be surprised if what people think they're just a bunch of criminals that have a very, like, draw a very short stick on mutation quirks. I mean, I'm pretty sure we know that the Hero Society knows about them, but the regular people don't seem to know that, which makes sense. And it does make me wonder if how we're gonna get the next normal. Also, I believe in My Hero Academia Wiki, it said that Hyan died, but I'm pretty sure that there are some problems with that, considering the fact that I'm 99% sure that those two 8-4 cleansers that were fused with overhaul are being still as unknown, even though I believe it was there that they were all transported to the hospital. So yeah, it's not, I'm not gonna exactly say Hyan Nomu is deceased, but if he is not, we have a fucking threat. Also, before I start this video, I should state that apparently the legal villains, even though they don't seem to be that big of a, oh fuck, we're fucking screwed, when they lose normals, they do wanna keep them. Like with the first normal, they want to keep him. I mean, that was a problem that he got lost. I mean, they didn't exactly say, oh, what was that? Damn you, Toma! How could you lose them? You fucking failure! You deserve to stop. I mean, unable to move. You disgrace. He wasn't acting like that. And Darby was probably decided to go there and rescue the Nomu. And we've basically been said that there are Nomus, a lot of different types of Nomus. How Hawks confirms this by saying the Nomu you picked was a lot stronger than the one that was assigned. So yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Now the reason I feel like they would keep the Nomus is because, well, considering how many of them look similar to this Nomu, I can assume if they have like, keep this Nomu and this Nomu and this Nomu, they could basically make armies of these 3 Nomus and not just have these guys. Because think about it. You would have an army of Nomus that are stronger than the number 1 and number 2 pro hero together. That is fucking terrifying. And it doesn't fucking help the fact that we don't exactly know how they're being made. And if they can always be like brought back from the dead. So yeah, they are a fucking challenge. And also not only is it, even if Hyan cannot come back, like maybe some all normal is going to have all of his quirks will have to be taken and put to someone else to become the next Hyan. Let's not forget that there still are normals out there who are like this normal and this normal and this normal. Because like I already said, Hawk stated the normal you picked was way too powerful. So there are differently powered normals. I don't know when we are gonna see it. I kinda hope that at the end of this arc we're gonna have a bit of insight the League of Villains, and W would basically be heading to the main base, and he was like, so Toma, what's gonna be next? So, what's gonna be the next normal? And basically he's gonna look down and we get a shot which we see a bunch of different normals. Like one normal is going to look like, let's take Marvel comics and I say one normal is gonna look like Rhino. Next normal is gonna look like Scorpion. There's gonna be a normal that's going to look like a more powerful version of the Wing normal. There's just gonna be a bunch of normals. Like, I really want a bunch of different normals because I'm excited for them. They're basically the best fucking parts, and they're basically like so far. They're basically facts that, except for the unfinished version almost, the students have no chance against them. So that's very interesting. And I cannot wait to see all them. No, anyways, tell me in the comments below what do you think these fucking badass about these Nomus, how they're all fucking being made and everything. What do you just think about these Nomus? Anyways, I hope you like this video. I hope you're gonna leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. Also, I should probably notify about the bell later if you wanna know when I'm releasing my videos. Even though my schedule is kinda understandable, it's gonna be at the weekends. But anyways, if you want, you can use that little hit that little bell icon. Good. Now see you all next time. Bye.